Hey folks, how's it going? Just getting going here. Hey, how you doing, cheese? Hello to you as well. Welcome to my live stream here. I'm just getting myself going. Whatever happens. I mean, this is a little, cool little bass nerd hang that I love doing here on my channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And hey, hello from Australia. Nice. I'm in New Zealand. That's either Australia or is it Austria? I don't know. But I'm guessing Australia. Danny boy, how you doing? And this is just a random chord progression that I've come up with. If you got any questions about bass playing, anything to do with what the bass does and the function of it, whether it's gear or techniques, concepts, anything, playing gigs, recording, you name it, anything to do with bass playing, pop it down in the chat. I'm just here to, give you any helpful information or answers. The nerdier questions, the better, But if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, as well as you can check down in the description box down below my bass resources that I have available. You can go ahead and check that out. But I'm just going to keep doing some playing here. I'm playing the Ibanez Mode 5-string. This is the 1605. This is a new one of the new models that Ibanez just came out with at the beginning of this year, and I'm having a lot of fun with this bass. This bass is absolutely incredible, and yeah, I definitely have to practice a few things. I got some gigs coming up where I have to play definitely some challenging music. I have a gig coming up where I'm playing the music of Weather Report, which is really exciting. Weather Report is being one of the greatest fusion bands of the 1970s and the 80s, and one of my all-time favorite bands, of course, the late great Jaco Pastorius, being known as one of the bass players in the band. They had 4 amazing bass players throughout the history of the band. Miroslav Vitos, who was the first bassist and also one of the founders of Weather Report. Then my mentor, Alfonso Johnson, he was the bassist after that. Then after that was Jaco. And then after Jaco was the late great Victor Bailey. So I'm excited. So I might be playing through, practicing some of the music tonight, just making sure that I have, the notes and some of the lines under my fingers. So, but right now I'm just kind of having fun, just chatting. John X, how you doing? Nice to see you, man. Yeah, that's right. It's the morning for you. But yeah, it's what was it? Is it like 7 a.m. where you are? Oh, that's not too bad. That's actually pretty good. A little late morning for you. Exactly. Clocks went, and same with us as well. So I'm just trying to get used to the time changes and everything. But hey, that's how it is. So I'm trying something a little different with my pedalboard setup. In my pedalboard, well, it's not really a board. It's literally, because there is no board, it's literally just my pedal chain. Actually, I do have a board. It's a plank of wood, and I did a performance with my band the other day at a jazz festival. My wife sang with us too, and because it was one of those, just there's no sound check, after the band plays, then you got to get up and set up, and you got 15 minutes to set up, and then you got to hit. And so I don't have time to individually set up pedals, so I literally took a plank of wood. I set up the pedals I was going to use on the wood beforehand, cables and everything, so I could just carry it up on stage. Some of you are probably going to go, just get a pedal board. Well, I used to have a pedal board, and it was just too much to just carry around all the time. I like being able to choose what pedals I want to use and also put it in a different combination. But anyway, what I was talking about is I used for the last 7 years now. I've been using in my this preamp. It's a 2-channel AB box preamp it's by Trickfish, called the Trilobite. It's incredible, and I use it because I love being able to go between 2 different channels. They're both identical channels, so it's not one is clean and one is drive. This is like 2 identical channels. Each has its own set of gains and EQs. It's really versatile, especially when doubling on upright bass and electric bass on the same gig. That's one of the main reasons. But you can also set it so that you can have the other channel be like a solo channel for, or you can set it to be set for if you're going to do some thumping, whatever. Or if you have 2 basses, one's a passive, one's an active, you get the idea, right? So it's got a lot of different features. It's got 2 effects loops in it. One is a parallel kind of side chain effects loop where it has a knob for doing a dry, wet blend kind of thing. And then it just has a serial one, which is 100%. And with all my pedals that I have, I always went into the front end of this preamp. But I saw a video of the current owner of Trickfish. I'm pretty sure he's the owner. Ryan Owens, really nice cat. He was demonstrating how to use the effects loop, and so I'm trying it out right now like that. So essentially, into the front end of the preamp, I've got my bass going directly in there, and then the parallel effects loop, I've got my octave, my envelope, my overdrive, and a phaser going through there, because it has its own, like, you can engage the effects loop or turn it off. And then the other, the series effects loop, I've got my compressor, my volume pedal, and then I've got my vibrato and delay and reverb going through that one. So just because that's what I saw him doing, and so far so good. I'm still getting used to the parallel kind of effects, trying to kind of blend it in, but it seems to be all right. It feels like, going, with the bass going directly straight into the front end of the preamp. I don't know, I feel it has a little more, just the response, I can definitely feel it. It feels much better. But yeah, I'm gonna try it out on some gigs coming up with this kind of set up like this using the effects loop. I always just did the traditional way, everything kind of just in the front end, but I would use the delays and reverbs in the other effects loop. So yeah, you know, I'm trying to yeah, exactly, John. I'm still trying to, so far for the octave pedal and for the envelope pedal, it definitely needs to be more on the wet side in the parallel loop. So I don't know, I don't know, well, I might experiment with the octave and the envelope maybe in the other one, the other effects loop. I don't know, we'll see, because those two pedals, they really need to have like the full signal, and also for you to be able to hear it properly. And I can show you what I mean. So right now, my envelope pedal, which is an EBS Bass IQ, is running. I've got it on the effects loop. I've got the knob 100%. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's 100%. So you're hearing the full effect of it, right? Now, if I was to put it 50%, you're not going to hear much of the effect. It's that's the thing. And now I've got, it's because it's mixing with the dry signal, and it's like making the gain louder, which is why I'm getting a lot of like kind of distortion, because I adjusted the level. And then if I was to put it 100% mainly just dry, you can't hear the envelope. You just hear some, and then I've got like distortion going on because the gain is different. Yeah, that's not the sound I'm going for. Yeah, gross. So it has to be on the wet side in order for it to work properly, and same with the octave pedal. So that's the thing. But you know, I mean, it's working for you know, it's working for me right now. Exactly. I'm just gonna call you Cheese because I kind of the Australian Cheese. This really is. This is the nerdy book club of bass. This is the AV club, you know. And the fact that, you know, you're still here is pretty impressive, actually. You know, I would have been long gone. So clearly you're curious about something. But I mean, that's one of the nerdy things I could definitely go into. But I'm gonna do some more playing here because I'm definitely in the playing mood. You know, so oh man. because the volume pedal. That's cool. You got a 4-string bass this year. So, I mean, look, you're in the right place. I know we get into some real nerdy stuff, but I mean, look, if you got any questions, this is for all levels, We get into some really basic, foundational stuff, or even into some more advanced and more techie, nerdy stuff about the bass. So, if you got any questions, cheese, all right, pop it down in the chat, all right? I'd love to help you out if you've got any questions. And if you're just joining on, welcome to the live stream. We just went down a nerdy rabbit hole about effects loops, because I've kind of rearranged my pedals. I'm not going to explain everything again, because it was even hard for me to do that as well. But if you got any questions about bass playing, pop it down in the chat. I can see Hartvig here. How you doing? He's got some questions here. Saying, I was called in for a studio gig yesterday with a 35-piece choir. I've never recorded with a choir before, but the engineer actually wanted me to play more, which I found a bit counterintuitive since the choir already fills so much of the harmonic space. What's your take on recording this kind of setting? Yeah, so I've played for, growing up, especially in high school, I played, in a lot of choir settings, and yeah, there you go. John also had the same. So I'll tell you, I think it's a good, and I've been in this situation from both angles where, where I've been either told to play more or I've been told to play less. Now, I think it's first of all, I'll tell you this. I think it's really good that you are exercising musical judgment. Assessing the situation. Listening to what is going on and being sensitive to not overstep on something, right? Because I've played in choir settings where I've literally only needed to play footballs. Like literally that. Because yes, like you said, the choir is filling so much harmonic space. But I've also been in a setting where I've been told to play some more things. You have to pick and choose, and this is another thing of just exercising good musical judgment of when to play certain fills. Not the whole time are you going to be chopping up, right? And I'll tell you, in a recording environment, just in general, and when people send me tracks to do at home, I generally do a few different takes. I'll give them my initial take once I'm familiar with the music, because that can be a good foundational take that can be used, especially for that initial energy of playing it, right? There might be a few little hiccups or whatever, but you can easily overdub that. I'll do a really basic one where I'm playing more just just real simple notes. And then I'll do a take where I'm playing a lot of stuff, right? And usually what happens, and this usually works if I'm playing, if I've been asked to come in and record my parts separately. Obviously, if you're playing all together, this might be a little different. And usually what happens is that the producer, the engineer, whoever's mixing, they'll either combine all those takes together, or they might, they might use one of the takes. Sometimes that happens. Now, in your situation, by the sounds of it, Hartvig, you were recording all together with the choir, and I think the thing is, if you were, and this goes for anyone, if you've been told to, hey, play more, just play more. All right, there might be some things that you think might be a little too much. Play more until they say, okay, yeah, I think you could back off a bit. That's the thing. You want to be able to, and just understand it's got nothing to do with ego or anything. You're there to be a solution, right? So you want to come in and just, because they might just be wanting to try something. Oh, what would it sound like if you played more stuff? I know this is a choir and all that, but what would it be like? Because if you've already done a take where you played more simply, they can always refer to that. And they might want to take some of the take that you did where you played more stuff and insert it in certain parts of where you played your other take where you're playing more simply, you know? If you've been given permission to play more, just do it. When I was younger, I used to feel maybe a little intimidated or just like, I don't know, or scared to, like you were saying, John, to overdo something. But I got rid of that almost instantaneously. That feeling left when I remember doing a session with Peter Erskine on drums. We were called in to play on this like television jingle, they're like music bumpers for a television show, and the engineer had asked Peter, "Hey Peter, this sounds great, feels great, but I think you can actually do some more stuff." And he was like, "Okay." Next take, he just went in and did the thing. And I mean, it was good. He's done thousands of sessions, so he knows how to exercise good musical judgment. But it was a thing of just seeing a professional like that be like, all right, you gave me the permission to play more. Obviously, I'm not going to solo over the whole thing, but I'm going to add in some more things, right? And so I was like, I get it. Well, if he can do that, then yeah, I guess I could also do the same thing too. You're saying I was blown away when I was asked to play more. That was the first for me. But yeah, no ego take. I took a take where I played, maybe even overplayed, and then the engineer asked me to back off a little. Yeah, that's how it is. Just do that. Just play the stuff, and then you'll be able to find, the middle ground. And sometimes, and I've discovered this, and I've even, whether it's been in a recording session or even on the bandstand as well, I've noticed with certain musicians, especially like maybe some younger musicians who are up and coming, they want to make a really good first impression on a gig or a recording session, and they play it safe. Doesn't mean they don't sound great. It sounds good, but like it's like you can give me a little more. And sometimes that gets said because they can feel from a musician the level of, you know, just trying to keep things, you know, really like, you know, keep make sure that it's all good. You know, you don't want to get like told off or something. But my experience has been like, yeah, man, just get into it more. That John Beasley would tell me that as well. Like when we're recording the Monkestra albums, you know, I'm playing the charts that he's written, but he's telling me, he's like, yeah, man, you know, like in this part, just keep it more crispy, like give more grease, do that like Paul Jackson kind of thing. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, and I'm thinking the same thing. I'm not trying to overplay, step on, you know, what is going on. But there have been times where I've thought like, oh, maybe I'm like overstepping on that, and they're like, no, it's great, it's all good, you know. So sometimes you need to just allow this is the whole thing of allowing yourself to open up as well. And especially as bass players, you know, there's the whole thing of like, yes, we have to hold down the groove. We got to keep it all together. We have to make it feel good and not play too much. Just know that there is a place for everything. Playing real simple, like super simple, is needed. But there are also times where you play more stuff. That is also needed as well. It just depends what you're playing, you know? But yeah, just play until they're like, all right, yeah, maybe we could just back off just a little bit. Maybe just in that section right there when it goes to the thing, maybe just hold the note there. You know, be open to that kind of direction. And that's something that will help you in the future as well. When you do more sessions, you play more gigs, you know, this starts to give you the idea of like, okay, how do I do that push and pull of being able to play more, or knowing when to just hold back, right? You do more of that and then you'll be able to just feel this automatically, you know. You're saying, I think the hard part for me was leaving my own musical intuition. It felt a bit off. Yeah, sometimes it can be like that, but you know, sometimes you know, being a musician and an artist, you also need to allow yourself to step outside of your comfort zone and be vulnerable. Sometimes the best stuff comes from that, when being in that kind of moment, is getting away from the stuff that you're used to. Boy, I could tell you, you know, how many of those situations I've been in musically, where it's like, you know, I'm thankful for it because it's opened up and broadened my horizons. You know, that's the thing. So I hope that's helpful. But yeah, it is definitely, it can feel like, what? Play more? That kind of thing. I tell you, when I did, when I played on a track for Chance the Rapper, on his album Coloring Book, on the very last track of that album called Blessings Reprise. So I've mentioned before that I've done on that track. There's a number of different bass tracks on there. I did multiple takes of different things because the producer who co-produced that track is a good buddy of mine, Cam OB. I'd done a lot of tracks for him, and he had me in mind for that, for doing different kinds of stuff. So so on the track, I play simple footballs, you know, just going. Just doing that. And then he said, okay, do a chordal one, you know. Like something like that. And then he was like, okay, now he's like, I want you to do one where you're just playing, just filling it out. And he's like, can you use your envelope pedal as well? It's like, absolutely. You know, what was it? I used my MXR to do it, not my EBS. But you know, like I got to have fun doing that. And then, you know, he kind of just put it together, and the final result is what is on the album. But it was definitely a thing where the way you could look at it is that you got to put on multiple hats, right? As a bassist, yes, you're being hired because they know you're capable of, you know, coming in and being a solution. But you also need to have this mindset of almost like an arranger as well. The classic session musician, they had this arranging mindset because you have to be able to come in and essentially you got to contribute to the song in certain ways because, you know, yes, you're a competent musician, but you have a certain sound in mind. Or, you know, the producer was like, okay, yeah, let's get that person in. There's a reason why, you know, Louis Johnson and J.R. Robinson were, you know, Quincy Jones's go-to cats for a lot of stuff, right? Because they could come in, they have a certain feel, but also they know that there's a certain essence that they bring in the way that they approach music. So that's the cool thing. And I absolutely love playing sessions. I love recording because you get to do that. You get to really get inside of the music and really see it through. One of my favorite records albums that I've ever recorded on, where we really got to do that, is by a vocalist named Lauren Desberg. Her album called Out for Delivery, which we did. That's probably like we recorded that like 9 years ago now. So it was myself. We did the rhythm section first with myself. Jonathan Barber is on drums, and Chris Bowers is playing piano. And Lauren had written these tunes. She had written them on guitar. She had never played them with a band before, and she made charts. And we came into the studio and just figured out, okay, well, how do we play this? And we all gave each other suggestions. Oh, okay, Jonathan, maybe on this part, maybe play a halftime groove, and then, or hey Ben, maybe on this part play these bass notes, things like that. And it was really, I mean, it really is. It was such a great experience, and one of my favorite records. It came out so well. Anyway, I'm gonna play some more. Because I could just talk and talk and talk, as I sometimes like to do. So I might actually switch to my fretless bass because, as I mentioned, I'm going to be playing. I've got a gig coming up where I'm playing some weather report tunes, which is really exciting. Anytime I get to play weather report tunes is always fun. And I definitely need to practice some, so I'm gonna just get on the fretless But I will be also playing the mode bass as well. I figured, you know, for the gig that I play, all the weather report tunes, I'm gonna take this fretless bass and the mode bass, because I don't need to use a 6-string. So the tune that one of the tunes that I gotta get back under my fingers is obviously is that one. It's been a minute since. Yeah, so that yeah. Yeah, I gotta get that cleaner. Yeah. I might change out these strings as well. They're feeling just a little dull. I've had them on here for a while. What is that part? Yeah. I should do it like that. I think that's how I used to do it. See. See, I lost my place now. I gotta listen to it. So yeah, after the live stream, I'll listen again. But so it's there somewhere. I haven't played it in a long time. That's yeah. That's what I gotta get. Why is my room just white void? I know I gotta get some more decorations up here. I actually, for the longest time, but my wife has been trying to get me to get some plants in here. I need to get some shelves, but we need to definitely do that. So thank you for the reminder. I gotta get some more life in here. But I mean, I have a few pictures. They're actually in front of me, but you can't see them. You know, but hey, you know, this is the music room, the music office. So and then the other tune, one of the other tunes that we're playing, of course, is let's get that cleaner. That's such a great line. I mean, it's just really, it's essentially like a B Phrygian, or even just like a C Lydian. Really, that's what it is. But this one here, that interval where he jumps up, and I'm talking about Jaco Pastorius for those of you who are not hip. And this is a tune called Havona. To me, one of the greatest like bass compositions, one of the greatest Jaco Pastorius compositions in history. Also, one of the greatest. I keep saying the greatest. One of the greatest weather report recordings as well. It's just an absolute masterpiece. Every element of it. There's also just the way it was recorded as well. It just the type of reverb that is on the track just really, it gives it so much life. But yeah, Havona, and from the album Heavy Weather. So yeah, that's the thing. And then soloing over it, yeah, I'll do a Anyway, that's the idea. It's a really nice chord progression to solo over. And so and I for the major 7 chords, I definitely like to approach it from the Lydian standpoint. So the first one being a E major 7. So of course, and then when you go to C major 7, so that's the cool thing, you know, being able to get into that more Lydian aspect of the tune. I mean, I view the whole thing as just a Lydian based tune, you know, just in like E major, which is really cool. Another one that we're doing is Three Views of a Secret. Definitely probably my favorite Jaco composition. Such a great melody, you know. And for this bass, I'm actually for playing all this stuff, I've got it in passive mode, so meaning it's not using the onboard EQ. So I'm definitely going more in that more traditional aspect of a jazz bass. And that's essentially what this bass kind of is. I mean, the long discontinued Ibanez groove line, but this being probably the only fretless version in existence of it, just because I had it defretted into a fretless. And then with some of the other effects that I would use, you know, to kind of get that a bit of that kind of chorusing that Jaco would do. We're not doing a remark you made, but you know, maybe next time. But yeah. It's probably a little too much chorusing on that. Just back away a bit on it. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Jesus, Ozzy. What's it like being married? It's great. I love being married, especially to my wife. And you know, it comes with its own sets of challenges as well. Just like, you know, as you would expect. But it also, I mean, it has so much of its beauty and just amazing aspects of it, and it's definitely one of the greatest decisions that I've ever made in my life, you know. And you know, she gets to put up with my bass nerdiness. How does being married affect my bass playing? Well, the way it affects my bass playing, it's definitely made it better, that's for sure. And my wife is a musician. She's an incredible musician, a singer, songwriter, and you know, we write music together, and we perform on stage together. So that's the thing. That's how it's affected my bass playing, is that it's made it better in so many aspects, because you know, I'm married to a incredible musician and performer, and also because I come from definitely as you could tell, more of a jazz fusion kind of background, that kind of thing, and my wife has a whole different other eclectic mix. You know, she definitely has quite a jazz background herself, but also a lot of you know, R&B, funk, you know, house music, Um, a lot of stuff that I've never really listened to, a lot of, dance music. And so she definitely has that perspective on how the bass functions, especially when we write music together. We definitely bring both of our influences. So I'd say, that's and I also, like, I learned so much about just different aspects of music, and I discover some really cool things. So I would say that that's how it's affected my bass playing, is that it's broadened my horizons. It's opened me up to stuff that I have never listened or never thought that I'd be listening to as well. And hearing cool bass lines in that uh, side of music as well. And being open to utilizing that in what I do. That's the really cool thing about it. So yeah, So yes, that's how it's affecting my bass, my bass playing, and that's what it's like for me, to be married. I'm always trying to be as cool as her as well. That's the other thing. So yeah, but it's a lot of fun. And so yeah, it's definitely nice to just also just bring the fretless back out. It's definitely more of a specialty kind of instrument, when I use it. I know there are some players who use it as their main instrument. People, Les Claypool is one, Steve Bailey, the dude from Testament. What's his name? Steve. So he has an Ibanez signature fretless bass. There's a lot of cats who you like to use fretless. Obviously, Jocko being one as well. Percy Jones from Brand X. That's another cat as well. Mick Kahn, legend of Pino Palladino, used a lot of fretless. So that's the really cool thing. I've always used it as a almost like an auxiliary kind of instrument when that kind of sound and color is needed for certain songs. That's when I've used it. And there are times where I find where this bass might not get used for a while, just because just whatever is happening gigging wise, where I haven't really needed to use it. But lately I've been taking it on quite a few gigs, in addition to my fretted one of my fretted basses, and I'll mainly play that on the gig. But there are a few tunes that actually work really well on maybe some ballads or other kind of tunes that need that kind of sound. I'll bring out the fretless, and it's really nice to kind of just change it up, because this bass, the way that I approach it, I definitely like to approach it way differently. I play different stuff on it than I do on the other basses. I definitely go more for the Jocko kind of thing. That's just how I've always heard fretless bass. When the first time I heard a fretless bass, it was Jocko, and so that kind of sound has always just stuck with me, and I always hear it like that. And that's for me, and not that I can sound like him at all, but that kind of influence is always present, right? The other fretless player that is also a big influence on me would be Alphonso Johnson, who I studied with and who was the bassist in Weather Report before Jocko. It's pretty interesting, and I've had this chat with several cats about this, but I mean, even though Alfonso and Jocko were the same age, in Jaco's playing, you can definitely hear some influence of Alfonso in there, and he was definitely. It sounds that he was definitely checking Alfonso out, especially in the early '70s, because Alfonso was one of those cats, just like with Stanley Clarke, who was also the same age, even though they were all playing differently. But Alfonso had some really great, fluidity on the bass, Like he was doing all that kind of stuff as well. And it was incredible. It really was. Yeah, just really great stuff. And his use of effects and all that with it. And him and Jaco were really great friends as well. Despite what some people say, how they were rivals or whatever. No, they were actually pretty close. And I know this because Alfonso was my mentor, and he's told me amazing Jaco stories about the two of them and all that. Let me try this again. So that's it. Yeah, I gotta revisit that again. Hello people, whoever's just jumping on here. I'm just practicing. I'm revisiting Teen Town a little. I haven't played this in years, and I have to play it on a gig coming up. I don't know how fast we're gonna play it, but. That's a bit of a jump. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, it's just getting that the string jump. So yeah. Question here: you think people can learn bass late in life? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I have a few students in my bass coaching and mentoring program who middle-aged, and some of them even a little older. I have a few that are younger as well, who are learning bass from scratch, like right from the beginning. I don't think it's ever too late. Especially, this is a this is an it's an art. I don't think it's any different than going to take like an art class, or learning sculpting, going to a community, like a community class or something, and learning that. I don't think it's any different. And you get to decide, what you want to do with your bass playing, right? So I have a few students who are older and who are learning bass from, like I said, right from the beginning, and they just want to learn how to play bass so that they can acquire a new skill and play along with some of their favorite tunes, and even maybe just jam with some of their friends as well. That's all they want to do. Because that's something that they've been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm more than happy to help with that. And also, that's the whole point of what I do here at Bass with Benjamin, especially in my coaching and mentoring programs, is that I help bass players all over the world achieve what it is they want to do with their bass playing. And the end goal doesn't have to be where you got to be a pro. If you don't want to be a virtuoso or professional bassist, that's totally fine. If you just want to play just for fun, I'll help you with that. And then you get to decide what you want to do. I do have bassists in my program who are working towards being like professional gigging bassists, and it's also a lot of fun doing that. Either way, for either level, I just love helping people who are passionate about playing bass. So if you're a total beginner, let's go. If you are a professional and you're a regular gigging bassist, we can also do that as well. I have students who are working professionals who gig a lot, but they also have needed a mentor. They needed someone to give them regular feedback on their playing and to, hold them accountable to their bass playing goals, and someone to give them motivation and the occasional pep talk as well. So, that's the whole thing about the program. You're saying you picked up when you were 17, but only played by ear and was in a band until 23, getting back into it now in my mid-30s and feeling a little defeated. I look, first of all, I think it's great that you're getting back into it. And also, I think it's great that you're here as well. All right. So, I just want to say welcome. I think it's really great, because obviously there is that spark in there of playing the bass where you're like, yeah, it's calling me. And I understand, sometimes it can feel discouraging, but just know that, you're in your mid-30s, and you get to control how you want to do how you want to play the bass, what you want to do with it, where you want bass playing to take you, right? And I think that's a really cool thing. You can definitely look at it as, there's no pressure to be the best. There's no pressure in that. Just play the bass because you love the instrument. Play it however you want to play it. Learn the music that you want to listen to, that you want to play. That's the really cool thing, especially when getting back into the instrument. Again, I have students who started when they were younger, and then they took a hiatus. A few of them, they've taken a hiatus of like 20 years and only recently got back into playing the instrument. And it's really cool seeing that spark kind of just reignite and grow, and also just the stuff, like some of the stuff that you kind of, remember from back in the day, just kind of come back to them as well. And then just take it from there. And especially when you've gone through life and had experienced all kinds of ups and downs. So you can use that to also express in your music, which is really cool. But what I recommend is, down below in the description box, if you want more information about my mentoring and coaching programs, that's down below in the links. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, to me. Even if you're unsure of what what coaching or mentoring programs would be good for you, I can definitely help you out. And just figure out what are the main things that you want to do on the bass. What would you like me to help you achieve? That's what it is, and it's different for everyone. All right. Well, wow, it's already been like past an hour. I'm gonna start wrapping up shortly, but yeah, if you're new here, welcome, and don't forget to like and subscribe. To my channel here. And that way you get to be notified of any time I go live or whenever I post content on here. And as I mentioned before, all the links to my bass resources are down below in the description box. So my courses, if you want to take a one-off lesson with me, or as I mentioned, if you want to check out and join my coaching and mentoring program, it's one-on-one, so you'd be working with me. And it's for anyone anywhere in the world. I have students all over the world, which is really cool. So you don't have to worry about time changes and all that. It's really easy to figure that out. Either it's nighttime for me and it might be morning for you, or the other way around. It's real straightforward, but this is open for anyone all over the world, all levels. All right, you don't have to be a jazz musician either. That's the other thing. I happen to be a jazz musician, but this is if you love the bass and you want to expand your bass playing, that's what it's about. So, but yeah, definitely check it out. Again, I appreciate you all just coming out here and just hanging out. Thank you for letting me kind of just talk about, get into some nerdy stuff and just kind of figure my way out through a few tunes that I'm going to be playing on some gigs coming up. Definitely the weather report stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And then when he plays the live, he then puts on the fuzz. So I got to dial in that as well. But anyway, folks, thank you again. Really great to see you. And wherever you are in the world, take care. Be safe out there. All right. And again, anything I can do to help you with your bass playing journey, please reach out down below the links, or you can just go to basswithbenjamin.com. And yeah, just take care. I'll be back again at the end of the week for my other live stream where I'm all like caffeinated up and we like really just kind of dig into a lot of things. So hopefully I'll see you there. But anyway, take care. All the best with everything, and I'll see you again soon. All right? Peace.